Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be working on a farmhouse sign DIY. Here are some of the things that you're going to need. You're going to need some wood trim that I picked up at Lowe's or Home Depot, whichever you prefer. You're going to need some stain, Waverly chalk paint, and a paintbrush, and you're also going to need some sandpaper. So the thing that I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut down my trim for the frame to the size that I would like. If you don't have a saw, you can have Home Depot or Lowe's cut those down to size. And the next thing that you're going to need is a styrofoam board for your backing. And once I have the trim done, I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm going to sand those down really good. And then also if there's like any stickers or anything on the wood that you need to peel off, go ahead and do that as well. The next thing that I did was take some chalk paint and I gave the styrofoam board just a very light coat. After this, I moved on to staining the wood piece trim. I used a red oak stain for this, but you can use whatever color stain that you would like. You can give it 2-3 coats, it doesn't matter. It just depends on how dark you want it. I ended up letting these dry overnight because for some reason sometimes it takes stain a really long time to dry, and it depends on how many coats that you have given your wood trim. And then the next thing that you're going to need is some Gorilla Glue, and this stuff works amazing. I actually used a little too much glue, so make sure that you don't overdo it because it really does not take much. You're going to want to let this dry overnight. The next thing that I'm using is this peel and stick. I'm going to use this like vinyl. It works really well, and you can get this at Walmart for like $1.92, and this is a really big roll and it works really good for projects like this. I'm also going to be using my Cricut and my laptop. I'm going to pick the font that I want and have my Cricut cut that out for me. This is my favorite craft machine ever. I love this. If you do not have one, I highly recommend them. There is so many things that you can do with these. I'm just rubbing this down to make sure that the vinyl or peel and stick paper does not come up while it's cutting. And this is what it looks like after it's cut out the font for you. And the next thing that I'm doing here is I'm just peeling up the letter on the inside, because you're not going to use this part. You're going to be using the outside of your font. You're also going to peel out the white part as well. That's the backing on the peel and stick. Just be very careful when you do this, because you can rip your vinyl or whatever it is that you're using, peel and stick. And this is what it looks like when it's all complete. And the next step that you're going to do is use your transfer paper. Transfer paper is a sticky clear paper, and what that does for you is going to keep your vinyl from stretching and moving out of place so that you can place it on your sign. This is the backing that I'm talking about. It's just like part of a sticker. It's just like taking that backing off. This is what it looks like once you have your peel and stick placed on your sign. You're going to want to rub that down really, really good because you don't want that to peel back up. And then once you peel that off, you're going to want to go back over and rub it down really good because you don't want your paint to run through your letters. You can also still see some of the Gorilla Glue, but what I did to fix that was using a paintbrush, and I dipped it in a little bit of stain and just went over that and it fixed it. Then I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting out the rest of the font. And I'm going to do that the same way that I did the other. I'm just going to go ahead and peel up the unnecessary, and I'm going to be taking transfer tape and I'm going to peel that up. I actually forgot to video the part where I put the backing on the frame. All I did was go around the frame with a little bit of Gorilla Glue and just press down, and it worked perfect. When making signs like this, the best thing to do is go over your lettering with a Mod Podge brush, because this will keep your paint from just running and going underneath your letter pieces. Now once that has dried, you're going to go over that with some black chalk paint. I usually do at least 2 coats, maybe 3, it just depends. Now once this has dried, you're going to peel up your peel and stick paper. And then you can see what you have created, which is really neat because it all starts coming together. It actually looks like something. Okay, now that I have all the adhesive tape off, I'm going to sand this a little bit to give it a distressed look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more on my channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.